What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Ad Podcast at the beautiful Sport Beach Takeover on the Crossette in Cannes. And we've got Juliana Cobb, who's the Chief Creative Officer of 72andSunny New York. We've got Rich Santiago, the Chief Strategy Officer, newly in the house with the team. And thank you for joining us. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you.
Good to be here.
So how's your Sport Beach been so far?
72 and sweaty, man.
Let's go.
Brutal.
Hotter than anticipated in all the ways. It's been great, though. It's been great.
Nice. Well, this continues to be a top ticket on the Cannes circuit and really just in cultural in general, whether you guys show up at the Super Bowl or F1 races or CES. I mean, it's everywhere these days.
It is. I mean, it's central to so much of where culture is headed anyway. What's cool about Sport Beach is that it is kind of the hub and intersection of sports, culture, entertainment, advertising, and it's all kind of become one thing rather than separate factions out there in the world. So we love being at the epicenter of it. It's sort of the hub of everything.
Yeah,
So.
a lot of people don't know, but 72andSunny started Sport Beach. It was their initial concept, even though it's part of the bigger
Not to
Stag.
brag, but
Even though it's part of the
Glenn and
biggest,
Damien.
bigger Stagwell, ecosystem, and even its own distinct unit within the Stagwell network now, right?
yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have been on a hit streak as always, creating culture-defining work with brand partners like Panera and Hard Rock Bet. I remember interviewing some folks last year about the Met Gala and the croissant purse that rocked the runway. But why don't you tell me a little bit about Hard Rock Bet? How'd that come into play? And you've got this amazing, iconic Hard Rock brand, and then the proliferation of online betting and how frictionless it's becoming, how weaved into the leagues and micro betting. It's really creating a different level of fan engagement when people have skin in the game when they're watching sports, and it's so easy now. So tell us about how do you take a brand like Hard Rock, translate that to the online gaming space, and do it in a way that stands out with all the competition and the noise in the space.
Here we go. All right, go. Hard Rock's interesting, right? Because Hard Rock, you think it's like this kind of older property that was associated with music. And
although there's a big guitar going up on the strip right now.
Yes, there is. Yeah, I'm very excited about that. It's a beautiful property. They have one in Hollywood too. We actually got to stay at that one. So one, you're automatically, that can be a gift and a curse, right?
Yep.
Because they don't have an awareness problem.
Yeah.
Right. What they do have in the online space and
category
space
problem
in the gaming space is, who are these guys, right?
Yep.
They're not DraftBet. They're not DraftKings. They're not all the other competitors. So I think for us, it was trying to figure out what about Hard Rock could we bring forward, and then how could we be, which is inclusivity.
Yep.
Right. It was one of the most inclusive brands from the beginning.
Interesting.
Really dialed into culture and music and sort of culture from the bottom up versus the top down, which is kind of what you see now.
Yeah.
A lot of brands.
Yeah.
And then this whole new space where, like you said, everyone can get engaged in any moment, any part of the game. They can build community around games. They can have betting pools. They can do all kinds of things. So thinking about that, it just changed how we look at, our targeting and how we look at how we talk to people and what we talk about, because different people are motivated to play in different ways.
Yep.
So using Hard Rock as a proxy for fun, culture, inclusivity, and then thinking about how do individual people want to play was kind of the foundation. And then we've just been building on that with some amazing creative.
I love it. Julia, you want to talk about any of the new work at Panera?
Sure. One thing that we loved about QSR is notoriously difficult. It's so much of it is just show the sandwich getting
new items,
new
menu launches,
right.
special.
Exactly.
Food porn is
Food porn, yeah, which is really fun to shoot. But also, what we loved about Panera is they were aware that as they were trying to rebuild what they mean to people, that had to start with the food but kind of extend beyond it. And so they were already really keen to do things in social and do things in culture that would strike more of an emotional chord and connect with the audience that kind of forgot why they should care about Panera. So one of the latest things, the Panera Croissant Clutch, I don't know if you got yours. I found one on eBay.
I tried to take the one here, but I have OG.
They sold out, and I found one on eBay for like $190 or something crazy. But but we continue the flow with that, and we just recently launched something with YouTube influencer Jake Shane. Funny, charming, beloved guy to so many. And he was so great in just how we could channel just all of his isms, his sort of neuroticisms and funny little quips and facial expressions into something that felt really, really authentic to him, but also helped us launch this new menu combination. And so it felt effortless rather than pulling him into Panera's world and say, talk about the Asiago cheese, Jake. It was like, what would it really look like if Jake had this whole new project and he had to kind of deal with it? And it's a kind of a different thing. And I don't know if you've seen it, but honestly, I genuinely LOL'd when I saw the final cut, the long form that we put on. And we love doing stuff like that because it moves the bar for them and it moves the needle in ways that food porn can't.
Yeah, and really give them a fresh voice, a different way
Yeah.
to speak that they really, we've been playing those spaces, especially socially, right? The clutch.
Yep.
Some of the things we've done, on the social side, but that was our first really trying to find that voice in a mass way, and he was a great representative.
Find an ambassador who can.
And he's not like a
brand on.
spokesperson, right?
But,
No.
but,
just
in
to
a
give
way,
a little versatility, like the kind of voice, the kind of play that the brand has, is really nice.
Yeah.
Well, Rich, you guys won Sports Entertainment Agency of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Big,
We're gonna go hoist the trophy later down the court.
Big win. But what does it mean to a brand like 72andSunny, who's so embedded in the world of sports culture, and played like your agency ethos of playing to win? Really, I did a walk and talk with your CEO at the LA office recently, where we walked through and talked about the 1982 Wooden's
Floor.
conference room built out of the wood. You guys put a lot of emphasis into your culture and your heritage as a brand that really loves sports, loves competitive culture, loves the idea that a great creative idea can come from anywhere. Creativity is a team sport, and you're playing to win. Can you talk a little bit about how that culture plays out in the work, but also what it means to be recognized, for something like the Ad Age Sport and Entertainment Agency of the Year award?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I didn't know that was an award until we got it.
Nice.
I think it comes. I give all credit to the founders. Honestly, they're all ex-athletes. They're super competitive. They set a tone, and I think it's a fun tone for me. I'm fairly new to 72's culture, but the one thing that was completely magnetic was this idea of competitiveness in team and contribution of team, right? Everyone on the team makes a contribution to what we're trying to do. And I think that drives us in a way that doesn't feel, look, this business can be a grind, right?
Yeah.
It can be long hours, it can be heady clients, it can be difficult interpersonal relationships in the agency. It's hard to get to creative ideas. I think when you couch it in this sense of a competitive team sport that we're all aligned with, and look, sports are about winning and losing.
Yeah.
Right, so
What'd you
making
learn when you
space for
lose?
when things don't go your way, how do you build on it for the next win? Again, that comes from the top, and we try to live it every day. But I think this was a recognition of that, and I know all the work we do is what the recognition is really for. But what people don't see is what goes behind what is architected to make those things possible, and I think that's the thing I'm most proud of.
I would say too, the play part of play to win is as important as the win part, because it's a strategy we have of how we create a culture that really invites your biggest, weirdest thinking that might totally fail. Like, we have to be open to that.
Gotta take the shot.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And so how we work with each other and how we support each other is as important, if not more important, than the win part. So it's not like we're fighting each other to the death to get to big ideas. We're competitive and we want to win. We want our clients to win. But the how of it is just as important, which was why it's three seemingly really simple words, but they're loaded with meaning for us.
I love it. Well, if folks at home want to get in touch with the agency, learn more, follow both of your guys' thought leadership and thinking, where do you want people to go and check out your work?
72andsunny.com, New York. And for me personally, just look up my name, Rich Santiago. It's online somewhere.
So, Julia,
Yeah.
any sign-offs?
I would say definitely follow 72andSunny on socials. You'll see everything that we're all up to there. And we look forward to having you guys see what's next for us.
All right. And if this is the first time you're seeing the show, don't forget to give us a follow or a subscribe. If you're listening, an honest review on whatever podcast platform you might be listening on. That's how we find a larger audience, so don't forget to do that. We are signing off from Sport Beach in beautiful Cannes. We will see you all next time.
YouTube. Finding the right audience to build a media plan requires hours of research. And optimizing campaigns is time-consuming and a bit of a guessing game. That's why we built technology to do it for you. Strike Social.